This video is so crazy, dude.
Oh, dude, I was telling him about that. We should show that one. Just bring up the link on here.
The fucking...
Oh my god.
Trash
What
can
is it
bomb
called?
thing?
Knives and weapons. Oh, shit.
Which one is it?
This dude's fucking...
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
This is an audio.
Oh, dude. So
Gets me every time. Those ones are the best. Like, I want to make a whole montage of just people getting slumped and blown up and...
Been recording too, by the way. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's we should show them that video, though, seriously.
Yeah, we could definitely start it off with that video, dude.
That's such a funny one.
Let's make sure I'm on the angle, man. Okay, so I'm looking here. Cool. So what's that fucking called? Guy blows up barrel. Right there, dude. That's all I had to type in. Guy blows up barrel.
Yeah, this video of this guy blowing up this barrel is so hilarious. Saw this on Facebook shared somewhere.
It's so loud. And that to them is like fun.
Let's play it one more time, dude. I just gotta see it one more time. That's so good. One more time, yeah, one more time. Dude, what did they must have put a good amount of explosive in there, bro.
I think I like broke it.
I don't think that did, but dude, that looked. Oh man, that was crazy. That guy got fucked up.
The shit people do.
And he was holding it with one hand too, like it was just gonna be casual. Like it's already kind of a little bit of weight to hold. I guess it was one of those plastic trash cans, but
That was like a metal tank or something, bro.
I just never...
no, it was one of those trash cans, I think, and they threw like some explosive powder in and threw a lid and then lit it from the back and just.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just
When
like a
do you think
homemade, like I don't know what the
near
hell.
limbs is a good idea.
Probably never.
You know,
Doing what?
like just explosives near limbs, legs. Like I'm just gonna
Oh.
want to hold this canister that is clearly gonna explode. That's the goal here. Next to my leg with my hands. You know, I guess that's the difference between professionals. Like you see someone like Mythbusters, and they've got like glass and like shielding, and they're triggering it with like a remote trigger system of some sort, whether it's a fucking broomstick on a string and it taps it.
Right.
You know, something.
Yeah, they at least have some form of
It's just like,
protection.
okay, hold it,
you
bro.
know. Even on the simplest things, if it's something flailing around or like they had this one
Right.
where they put a dummy inside of a trash or washing machine to see if somebody could accidentally like fall into their washing machine while it's open and then start getting spun around. So they put their dummy, they call Buster, into.
Oh, is this Mythbusters?
Yeah, this is on Mythbusters.
Busters.
One of the early seasons, actually, like some of the first stuff they did.
They're dumb.
And they set up a makeshift like laundry room, just 2 walls, like 10-foot walls with some shelving, and then they just went and got from a junkyard or somewhere one of those extra washing machines, and they filled it up with everything, and they put the scenario in there, and they put Buster up on like the shelving, like you had to like climb up, and then like they made the shelf fall out, and then he like got caught up in there, and to see if he would get thrown around and if you could get killed, because the myth was somebody got killed by falling into their washing machine and hitting their head because they got spun around.
They had like a mock-up laundry room that they set up.
Yeah, just 2 walls basically, just set up a
they
corner
put up like all the detergents and shit
up on the shelf and made the scenario legit, and then it didn't end up working at all. Nothing happened. There's a safety mechanism, too much weight, and just wouldn't throw you around like that. So what they did is they took the washing machine and modified it, and they turned it upside down, took all the panels off, and took the motor and rerouted the wiring so that it ran it. Yeah, they put a different belt on it, and it just like spun it.
Turned it into a death washer.
Actually, here's what he did. He just put his own electric motor on it, a heavier duty, like just workhorse electric motor, and then put the little sprocket and the belt on it and set it up and put Buster inside of there, and he's just like a helicopter smashing everything on the shelves, and got all caught up with like a sheet inside of his like arm or something.
I want a washing machine like that where I can just throw all my laundry in it, one big load, and it just doesn't matter.
Right.
Like an industrial one.
Yeah.
Just buy like a laundromat washer and dryer for my house.
I mean,
what I want to buy?
You got those nice Kenmore ones, dude.
No, I want one like literally like right out of a
like the giant
like
ones.
the literal one. You know how like people have an arcade machine and it's got the little token that you just, this is my free play.
Right.
I want a literal big ass industrial one with just a free play token.
You can throw in like 5 blankets and just get them all done in one load.
Take my kids,
some heavy
my kids bedding all at one time.
Like, you're talking about like some
that is
gnarly.
a pain, dude. Doing all your blankets and your sheets. It's like you can do 1 blanket at a time, if not like 2 smaller blankets.
Dude, and when you got kids, man, they mess up beds.
LG makes these units
with TVs on them
that are all. They probably do have a TV screen by now on some of them, but they literally. It's an all-in-one washer and dryer. So it drains out and then goes into the dry function. And it's a front-loaded unit, so you'd have this one machine. I was like, that's perfect for where we live because we don't have any room for a washer and dryer inside our building or inside the unit, but someone built a shed right outside of the back. That's like a little shack, and they set up the hookups for washer and dryer and then electricity.
Fucking Portland.
So
none of these buildings have washers.
And that'd be perfect for people out in Portland, like a single all-in-one washer and dryer unit, like for your guys' place.
Would be nice. Dude.
Yeah, just
no
a single
buildings.
unit, because you have to have 2 of these big hulking machines, like as big as his desk.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of space for especially an apartment like this.
We've been looking for like new places to live, and like none of them, even some that are newly renovated, still don't have washers and dryers or even dishwashers.
That's so weird. There needs to be some level
laundry
of
service out here that's just like, yeah, we'll come to your house and pick up your laundry.
It's always go downstairs and pay quarters. Which our shit's, it's like $4.25 or something a load for a washer and a dry.
You know what?
$4.
That should come along with the apartment services. If I was a guy running an apartment thing and I wanted to be legit about my business and have people love living in my units, I would make sure that you have access to a free gym and like laundry services and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So some form of free recreation.
Depending on where you're at, I mean, in a building like this, you could, I guess, take one of your units out and turn it into a gym.
Right.
Yeah.
But other than that,
just kind of modernize the idea of it. Yeah, infrastructure is bad. Like I've been talking about this. That makes me think.
Man.
Makes me think of the idea for a modular road system of the future. Because we're moving into this, age where we're creating stuff that's like that, machines and modular systems. And no, basically what I mean is a roadway that is easily repairable. Right now we have to tear out the road, or we just throw a new sheet of dump onto, tar slurry onto these roads anymore. We don't even make them like we did back in the day out of nice concrete. Right. Like you see the freeways and some made out of. We just keep throwing this tar slurry on there, and then like 5-10 years later, not even, it's already cracking and like brittle and turning to shit. So they need to make a simple like honeycomb Lego brick hexagonal type 3D printed roadway out of some cool composite material or something that will help for grip and obviously replicate what concrete or this
they have those already.
Asphalt.
This couple has already made those.
Yeah, like that. But almost on even a bigger scale.
They're like this weird
what I
plastic,
mean?
and they have like bumps on them, like grips, like circular bumps, kind of like the edge of those corners of like the corner.
Yeah, when you're going through walkways, they kind of let the blind know where the edge of the road is.
Yeah, it's like that, and it's like a hexagonal shape, and it's kind of like they have it in their driveway, but it also harnesses solar energy. I think it does.
Oh, solar roadways. That's what they were called.
And when you step on it too, I think the weight of your foot also does something, or maybe that was a separate thing.
Yeah, I think that's something else. What you're talking about
under street lights, they would have the concrete. You'd walk on it, and all your footsteps would power
kinetic
the
energy.
Lights.
Walking,
just the weight of your foot, So they only work when you walk underneath them.
Well, they were saying. I think someplace in Germany or somewhere already they did. Germany put together a solar sidewalk, but I think they also did a test strip of what you're talking about, like the kinetic roadway. So you walk on it, and all the people's walking footsteps is a little bit of energy each step, pressing down and moving this actuator on the whole floor, and you don't notice it moving. It just feels like you're walking across something normal, but it's building up that energy. And in big cities, that could be like probably huge.
If you're walking down the street by yourself and they power street lights by your walking, dude, it'd just be only going where you are. So if anyone tried to run up on you, dude, you'd see like the lights go on somewhere and you'd look.
Oh, wow. But then everywhere would be dark, and that'd be kind of like...
You guys are talking about all these fancy roads. I'm still just waiting for them to stop repairing the 2 lanes and add a lane.
Right?
Like, dude, the whole freeway where they were like, yeah, we got 2 lanes. at high speeds is the way of the 50s, and it's a different millennium, dude.
Portland especially.
And it's one of those things where it's like 2 lanes, 3 lanes ain't cutting it.
But it's hard too. I
Dude,
mean,
there's like
the freeways for sure.
You can look at the roads, man. There's ways to build.
They need to do it.
Look at our bridge systems. We've got bridge technology. We got technology. We have space. You got highway walls.
It's true.
If shit has to get backed up, because look at, I mean, we can drive right next to a concrete wall on the majority of our drive. Why can't we do it on other parts where we have a 75-foot open expanse? It's like, dude, just widen the road. We need the lanes.
Yeah.
There's no way about it.
It's a pretty big project.
Unless we start
good for the economy too.
Hey man, that's what I think.
It does need to be done. You're right. There does need to be
needs to be getting spent on. I think our government has billions and billions of dollars that we waste on a bunch of stupid shit.
If not
trillions. If we could cut it, dude, yes, trillions of dollars on stupid shit. If we could just chill out for a fucking few years and dump some money into roads and our sewer systems and our water systems and our bridges and our dams and just kind of dollar up a little bit, you know?
Right.
See if you can look this up. They showed off what we could build with the military's budget of $600+ billion. It was what NASA could do if they had the budget of the military. Dude, they showed some epic Halo looking. It was mind blowing. There might be a video. I'm not 100% sure. I just saw an article that was showing. It showed this image of like a space station or something.
Someone made a YouTube for it. Second thought. Oh, that's a good name.
Oh, cool.
That's a good name, dude. Good logo.
Space, the final frontier.
Nice to go into it like Star Trek.
Faster transmission of data.
Yeah, when you hit the numbers, it just does that. It's so annoying.
I just got my cashback match. Is this for real?
Yeah, we match all the cashback new card members earn at the end of their first year.
Oh, nice. That's
Whoa,
fine.
I got my money.
It's hard to contain yourself, isn't it?
Let it go.
Might do something.
Get a dollar for dollar match at the end of your first year, only from Discover.
Oh,
These are the most ambitious mega projects in development around the world. No other country, with the exception of China and perhaps India, is undergoing a bigger building boom than Turkey. The Turkish government is overseeing a $400 billion spending spree on infrastructure.
That's what we need. That's amazing.
Exactly what I'm talking about, dude.
$400 billion.
That
is legit.
The $49 billion
Two-thirds of our
Istanbul
military
new airport is about half complete. It'll replace the 93-year-old Ataturk airport, and with a passenger capacity of 150 million a year, it will be one of the planet's busiest. Istanbul's advantageous geographic location also helps.
Istanbul as a hub, it's definitely a much better location than Doha and Dubai.
It's kind of a hub, like right in the middle.
We have these certain advantages compared to the other countries.
The $5 billion Istanbul Finance Center, a centralized Turkish investment banking, much like New York City's Wall Street for the United States.
Yeah, definitely.
A 48-kilometer canal is being built alongside the Bosphorus Strait that divides not only the city of Istanbul, but the continents of Europe and Asia.
Last episode.
At a cost of $10 billion.
Or where it says it, you didn't notice, but I did. I forgot to on
then
an
there's
earlier
the
clip we
$45
showed,
billion
but I said whatever.
high-speed rail system that at 10,000 kilometers
$45 billion rail
Europe
system.
and the second longest in the world behind China.
Whoa.
The $6.5 billion Istanbul-Izmir motorway project is a 6-lane highway
Wow, look
that will
at
connect
that
the
bridge,
eastern
dude.
edge of Istanbul to the Izmir province on the Aegean coast. Turkey will become a regional energy hub thanks to a $10 billion natural gas pipeline that will connect Azerbaijan's production facilities with consumers in Europe. Adding to this energy portfolio will be a $5.5 billion refinery on its west coast that, when finished, will be the largest in the country. Turkey is also beefing up its armed forces, spending $7 billion to cluster its defense and aerospace industries so it can increase production and exports to the international market. It has also committed more than $1 billion to develop an independent space program with the goal of launching 20 satellites into orbit by 2020. All of these projects come on the heels of the completion in 2016 of both the Yavuz Sultan Selim Bridge and the Eurasia Tunnel, two mega projects passing over
Dude,
and under
they're pulling
the
an
Bosphorus
Elon,
Strait.
bro. They're doing some Elon Musk shit. Oh, God.
Tesla's Hyperloop.
At a cost of more than $200
holy
billion,
shit,
Turkey will
Yeah,
demolish and
we'll get into that
reconstruct
after this. That's a good one to
buildings
get
throughout the
into.
country.
Platform.
Why?
Lowers you
Because the
into a
majority of structures do not
shoot
meet
you at 200
basic
miles an
safety
hour.
standards in a region prone
locks your
to
car and it
devastating
just goes
earthquakes. Government
rail
edicts
system,
state
electric rail
that the need to implement the urban renewal plan overrules all existing laws that would have prevented people's houses and apartment buildings from being torn down. The reasons for this entire mega
What the
project
fuck,
boom
dude?
are
This is a
complicated.
46-minute
Yes.
video? What?
Yeah, type in Hyperloop. Show them Hyperloop. That shit's mind blowing.
The final frontier. Except we don't have cool spaceships because the U.S. government.
Yeah, that's kind of what I see needing to happen, though, where it's like, let's just tone down what we got going on in the world a little bit. Let's cut back on our activity on the global scale and just focus on kind of
we already are
building ourselves to the future, because the road system that we have drives up costs and times for shipping. Like, I think there should be a road system for commercial vehicles, which is a lane for commercial vehicles. I don't give a fuck if it's 4 lanes of traffic for people. There's an open semi lane that is for semis only, and fucking delivery trucks and UPS trucks and concrete trucks and delivery vehicles that is open 75, 80 miles an hour. So semis, if a semi has to drive through Minneapolis but he's not stopping, he shouldn't have to sit through all that fucking traffic. It should just be an 80 mile an hour road that's just to streamline commerce.
Right? They need to see, we're almost moving into, you know what that made me think of is computer routers. I bought a new computer router by Netgear, and it has a tri-band channel. Most routers that have come out for the past 10 years have just been 2 channels. So one normal 2.4 gigahertz speed, and then another that's at a higher 5 gigahertz speed for people who play gaming and all that stuff. So that reminds me of my new router has tri-band, so 2 5 gigahertz signals and one 2.4. So it basically has a built-in, a small ARM processor inside of it, just a simple computer processor. And it intelligently knows what device is hooked up to the router. So if it's an iPhone browsing the web, or an Xbox One, running high-end gaming online, or like a custom PC, it reroutes everything based on what it needs for streamlining the speeds of everything, so that you're not getting bogged down. Because before, they didn't have a way of intelligently organizing what was on a router, so things would get bogged down with bandwidth because everything's on one channel just being pumped through. So it makes me think of the freeway, where they could do the same thing, have channel here routed for big rigs and such like that, big haul fleet transportation and stuff like that, especially with a lot of automated systems coming out. You're going to see that. You're just going to see these trucks.
Semis only.
And these semis, here's another thing. These semis are just going to be pods. They're not even going to be like a truck with a guy in it. It's going to be just a driverless pod that ships goods. That's what they'll be like in the future, is what I'm guessing.
Like a train?
Yeah, literally, it could be like a train system too, but they're just a totally automated train pod system.
Well, that's kind of part of the infrastructure thing that I think that should happen. Is I don't think our rail system is dead. I think it just needs to be brought into the future,
brought into the modern age, and we can easily do it.
We need billions of dollars to update our rail system for business and for transport, and increasing it and laying more track and making faster, more streamlined ways. So you're like, why are all of our goods and services being shipped? They get flown and then they get shipped and different stuff too. But I think there's better ways of transporting shit and making it more efficient. Because the less stop and go they have to do when they're driving is the less fuel they have to use. Less fuel, you know what I mean? There's more money.
This Hyperloop? Because it's all like this electric rail. It's this entire electric railway system. And hopefully it doesn't just work with Tesla cars.
There's 2 different things. So you're thinking of something else. Hyperloop is the tunnel transportation system that's going to have its own, it's going to have its own car.
Dude, why can't I get out of this?
Oh, go up top like you did there? There you go. Yeah, sometimes the Google image thing is stupid. Or not Google.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of a different thing.
Yeah, they have the 2 things. They have the one that he's building between Los Angeles and Sacramento. But this is the cars that will transport you, like the underground vacuum train tunnel.
A new mode of transportation that has been developed by Hyperloop One. It starts with an electric motor, which is broken up into 2 basic
No, it's okay because they're so similar. It's hard to tell the
difference. And the stator, which is stationary. The stator is an electromagnet, so when an electric current passes through it, the rotor is magnetically attracted to spin. Unlike a normal electric motor, the Hyperloop One motor isn't circular, it's linear. And the rotor is on the pod, which is propelled magnetically as it moves over the stator. Hyperloop One's unique technology uses magnetic levitation to guide and lift the pod off the track. Nearly all of the air inside the Hyperloop tube is removed.
Dude, that's just fascinating to see that loop's floating.
This effectively creates our own sky inside the tube, as if you're quietly flying at 200,000 feet above sea level. This reduces drag so only the smallest amount of electricity is needed to achieve
Talk
its
about an
stroke
infrastructure
speed,
project. That would be
and creates a
fucking
more
epic.
cost and
You should see my
energy
design. I'm
efficient
gonna draw it out. I have an
system
idea.
than rail or airline travel.
I have an idea for a cool magnetic floating train system. I'll have to draw it out because my idea is pretty epic once you see the design of it.
I always thought of like when I was like young, dude, like a kid. I remember like probably before being a teenager, I don't know, like maybe like 10 to 12 or some shit. Think about magnetic cars, like magnet cars. Basically, you got a magnetic road system where it just floats because it's got magnets on the bottom, giant magnets, and then it's propelled by the angle of the magnet would push it forward.
Right, but you'd have to cool down the roads to that negative some 100-degree Kelvin, where it's at what they call the Bose-Einstein condensate, where the matter takes in this, like the magnetic fields lock into each other, and so if you cool down a magnet with liquid nitrogen, it hits a point of what's called superconductivity. So then it allows the magnetic fields to lock. So you can
the dry ice?
Yeah, the dry ice cools those magnets down so much. So they built they made a magnetic rail, right? But if you put a magnet on it, just shoot it off or flip and lock. But with it being cooled down, you quantum lock it, and then by cooling it down to such a degree, the atoms stabilize and lock into the field, and you can angle it and throw it around.
Experiments.
We could probably look one up.
Yeah, we could watch the little table experiment.
Yeah, dude, that one's my favorite. He turns it upside down. It's still flowing around the fucking
genius, dude.
Dude, it is. It's such a cool, and it's cool to see that experiment, of that idea. The rail, the superconducting quantum levitation rail.
We'll do this one right here. Yeah, it would exactly. It would just levitate.
This is dope.
So what have we got here? So we have quantum locking. The superconductor is locked in space, and it stays wherever I put it. You see, this is quantum trapping.
It's so fucking fascinating.
It's amazing. As long as it's superconducting,
it's frozen with liquid nitrogen.
Upside down,
right?
And it stays locked.
It's like I'm looking at an illusion or something.
Is locking the magnetic field in 3 dimensions, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
pivots.
No
because
way.
it's symmetric, it can rotate without breaking.
It's like I've seen this video, but it's still fascinating.
The locking doesn't right. Because
so it stays there on the X and Y, but not on, but it pivots on the
the axis off the magnet. You see if I can move it on the side.
It would just take so much energy right now that we can't do it. It's the amount of energy that would be required to do.
We can hardly desalinate our oceans. It's so
Right.
expensive.
It's astonishing. Can you put it on the track for us?
Yeah.
That sounds like Jeff Goldblum.
I think if there was billions of dollars dumped into shit though.
This is what's fucking awesome.
It's UFO, dude.
So it's actually floating above the surface.
Yeah, it's not floating, it's locked above the surface.
What if you put your hand under it?
Will
Will it float over your hand?
Yeah, you do it like this, and it will
Yeah, it has no
around
interference.
Like this.
How bizarre. It's like, he's like, it's not floating, it's locked.
It's locked into the atomic structure of the magnetic field.
And I can even lock it to
That is fucking fascinating.
So you can just hold for a minute.
Yeah, right here. This is so dope.
Doing the same
getting
thing,
upside
locking it upside down, and then
Kidding me, dude. That is fascinating.
Fantastic. Okay.
That is a science experiment right there, dude. To show that to if I was a teacher, I would show my science class that. Check this out. Yeah, play that one. Gotta play that one. That one is sick. This guy built a custom track based on that idea. Oh yeah, he did it based on that cool design called a Mobius strip.
This animation shows you how to twist a loop 540 degrees to get a 3-pi Mobius strip track.
Just fast forward shit though.
Oh, we're good. Cool. This is crazy.
Your fun toy.
That is so cool, dude. That's like, yeah, it reminds me of what's that? What were those old toys that you'd run the cars around and race them?
See, dude, if he was like me, like if I was there kicking with this dude, I'd be like, hey, let's buy an RC car body and just fucking mount it over this thing. So it locks into place, but it's got like an RC car body over the top of it, so it don't look like that thing. It looks like a fucking
What were the old
Mustang.
school one though that you could remote control?
Oh, dude, the little slot cars?
Yeah, the slot car. It was before Hot Wheels.
I still want to get some of those, man. I gotta get some for my kids.
Seriously.
Christmas
Those
gifts.
are so, yeah, that is such a freaking good. Oh, look at it go.
Whoa.
Mobius strip, so it just flows around all sides as it goes around.
Alright, bitches, I'm going to work.
That fucking,
Why do they make roads like this?
So cool, dude.
Because we can!
Also, the biggest part that's I feel like tough.
It's kind of overdone.
Yeah, this guy sucks at putting that music with the videos. Kind of just. Cool concept though.
Yeah, but maybe you
the
wouldn't
infrastructure.
even
That's
car. You could just have like shoes on sidewalks that are like that, where you're just like fucking quantum walking, not
Dude,
walking.
makes me think of Back to the
You just
Future.
step out of your house and you're just like.
Back to the Future skateboard.
Straight.
How they have the hoverboard in Back to the Future.
Everybody's got atrophy and shit.
Just throws it out there.
Yeah, everybody's muscles are going into atrophy because no one's actually taking a step.
Got blood clots in my legs from
quantum
walking to the
those
store.
people that get into those self-transportating balancing boards, you know.
They fucking call them
scooter.
They call them hoverboards, but they're really
Hoverboards,
just two wheels that you stand on and balance.
You see the video that like there's like a small kid that's like a really fat kid and he's on one of those hoverboards except he's on his knees.
Oh
and
whoa!
What
the fuck?
He's got like a popsicle or something and he's just going around. He's like really fat and he's just going around and he's on his knees on it leaning like forward. It's
That's
so
awesome.
funny, dude.
Love it.
They showed this mom. You should look it up. You can probably look it up. Someone got one of them for Christmas, and they let their mom try it out. And she's in the house, and she's trying to figure out how to hover around it. And she goes over, and she's starting to kind of get it. Then she sits down on the chair in the corner of her room, and her daughter's still filming it, just cracking up at her trying to figure this thing out. She's all like fucking glitching out. Like, and she goes over and sits down on the chair. And readjusts herself and kind of gets up, and then she starts to get it, and she's all flowing forward like a robot or something, just like moving. And then all of a sudden, she goes forward and smashes into the corner of her, like some big metal table that's in her room. Just takes it up. Boom. Just slumps over.
Fall off of it.
Yeah, she fucking hit it hard too, because she was going forward and then just went.
Did you get that?
Just slumped back.
Zombies, zombie apocalypse. Because like everybody, like you always watch the movies, shows, whatever. The dude like just starts coughing. And he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm like,
yeah.
We're hanging out blood. We keep hiding and hang out with everybody." Like
first
cool.
sign I see homie doing like that, I'm like, "Sorry, bro, we're gonna have to put you out in the pasture." You know what I'm saying?
Count on Mikey to come up and be like, "Guys, I'm fucking hacking up blood here, and I'm shitting out my guts." So. I'm turning into a zombie. I'm gonna have to go.
You're gonna turn. You're basically
go.
permanently turning in for the night.
Right.
That's what we're gonna do here. We'll take you out back behind the bar.
Lock me up in a cage in the watchtower, and I'll just like watch out for zombies in the meantime, and then I'll change eventually.
So there's me with like
come up, take me out, but I'll be useful before I go because I'm gonna be watching outside.
I'm just gonna rip your lower jaw off like they do, and just like travel you around.
Bring me some meat,
like lesions on my face with band-aids. Be like, I cut myself shaving, man. It was plucking my eyebrows out. These are good, dude. These are good. I fell down the stairs, man. Fucking ears hanging off and shit.
Oh my god.
I'm bleeding out my eyes, just like, oh, yeah, totally fine. Brain hemorrhaging.
It's good. Fucking dog bit me, man. That's why my ears hanging off. Let's just sew that back
Chunk
on.
off, falling off. That's gnarly. I got scene in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's so fucking brutal.
Which one?
When they did the remake, and he's all like cutting through the top of this van, and then jumps off, and he's over there cutting up one of the guys that ran off, because they all kind of scatter for a minute there when they see him.
Is this the first victim?
No, this is later on when they have their little hippie van parked under that like undercovered spot. I don't know where it was, kind of out where they stopped their van on their journey. It's out like in like a car junkyard area, and they're just passing through this little spot, looked like a small gas station maybe, or it used to be. But they after this interrogation happens between Arlie Ermey, who plays that sheriff in there, and he's like, "Show me what he fucking did." And he like telling him to put the gun in his mouth. And then when Leatherface shows up, all the chaos breaks out, and he runs over there, and you see him chase whoever it is, the girl or one of her friends, and just cuts her up with the chainsaw. Or he does. He cuts her up with the chainsaw and then looks up, and the other actress just, you see the look on her face of like, oh my god. And
she's terrified.
And she's terrified because it's her boyfriend's face. He cut off her boyfriend's face and sewn it onto his mask. So when he looks up after grinding up her friend, he's like, Or he like kind of turns over, you know, kind of does that look, and dude, it's terrifying. It's just this moment where you're like, oh,
that's a genius idea.
Yeah, it's scary. It's just disturbing. It touches that. You're like, oh, dude, and then she's like, fuck, and just runs. This company, Boston Dynamics, has been building.
Yeah, Boston Dynamics.
They're known for the big dog. You remember the big dog? The huge cow?
Dog.
Look at this shit. This is like in 60 frames too. You're seeing the video in good high quality. This is crazy. I was like, what am I watching here? What?
It's fucking Ninja Bot, yo.
Look at this. Dude. I was like, I was just blown.
He's like,
kind of had like the actuator motors were trying to balance him after that. But that was amazing to show the progress they've done with this fucking robot, this Atlas robot. It's amazing. Like they're going above and beyond what even Honda did with the S.M.A.R.T robot.
Who still catches it?
Yeah, the Honda Osimo. Oh, there it is. Took a dump.
Oh.
I love that. I threw that in there. That shows how cool of a company they are.
Yeah.
They have that kind of like touch.
Do you see the
where
one
they're like, yeah, our shit fucks up too, so we'll show you a little funny
You
clip.
see the one where it falls off the stage? Like it's not, they're like demonstrating.
Oh,
show
show that. It's Osimo, isn't it? Or was it the Atlas?
I think it was the Atlas.
Was it? Yeah, he takes a dump as he's walking out. They've shown Osimo take a dump on some of the stairs a couple times.
So this is like a big conference. It does all this shit.
They're showing it off.
But this is probably just the ending right here.
Yeah, they're just showing it off to the like audience and everything, and then Spot too. They were showing off Spot, their little dog. I call it a mini deer.
This is the very end. Dude.
Oh, look, here he is. He's moving out with the box.
Like, see you later.
Oh, shit. Look at the light. You know, it's funny. He would have made it fine, but he got caught on one of the little stage lights at the bottom there. That was just on the ground. It was this big blue stage light. He just tripped on it. That was hilarious.
Okay.
Does anybody
show Osimo taking a dump, dude? You
No.
should, yeah, technology fails. You should do that Osimo falling down. That one's fucking funny too. He's just like perfectly functioning, and then he goes down. Tries to go on the stairs. Just fucking folds. Look at that 10 technology
What is
flops.
Tech flops.
Like the goofy little transporter thing.
Here we go.
World's funniest engineering fails.
Oh, best ultimate technology. What the hell's going on there?
Oh yeah, look at this guy's trying to film.
Oh.
Fucked up the dude, like the athlete himself. Look like Usain Bolt or something, but I don't think it was.
Technology is perfect.
Technology. Oh, look at this one. What was that one? Dude, somebody took that clip and made it look like the guy blew up. Remember you sent me that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was that same clip, but we need to find that one. We should find the Arab guy blows up on with these self-balancing fucking things. Dude, they're sketch. If you don't know what you're doing, you can really hurt yourself.
It's like on a skateboard for the first time, dude.
True.
That same bail.
Yeah, it's all about leaning and finding that balance. Look right here. Oh, that was the one I wanted to show you guys too. That was so cool. It ended up being in this video.
Dude's trying to do some. Oh.
Oh shit! Oh,
whiskey throttled on that.
Dude, he did. He was sitting down.
That just got
Oh fuck! What? Oh, they got hit with the drone. Oh, he fucking threw it right into the. Oh, TV's done. Dude, there goes your 50-inch TV. Just take a dump.
Oh, what's happening, dude?
Is that the end of the clip?
No, dude.
I don't know what happened. You jumped it back.
I know I did.
That's
I
okay.
did that on purpose.
See if we can
did on purpose.
rebuffer. It's just those people just didn't put an end to the video, I guess.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
Yeah, you can't make videos like that. You can't have an ending to the video. Hey, there were some good clips in there. They were just kind of some goofy music, and I guess it kind of fit because they're like technology. Oh my, and that's some weird shit. Like what the fuck? That's funny though. That Osimo, he just folds as soon as he gets up the stairs. He realizes he can't take the next step. Like the motor just shut off, and so he was just and folded into like. He went in fetal position, and then all the scientists come over. They put up like they put a blocker, like one of those, things that women used to hide behind to get dressed and stuff. Like one of those big, just block And then they just take the robot, and there's a couple Japanese scientists over there trying to make sure he's not all fucked up. It's like $1 million for one of those. Right. 1 million, 1.5 million to make one of those.
Damn.
But that's because it's on it's just a singular basis. It's not like a mass produced.
Osimo. That's a pretty cool robot, but I think the
Atlas has overshot it for sure by now. And
the one in that
after I saw it walking,
we should show those.
Oh yeah,
this one.
This
Pete
was
Man.
well,
what is it, Pete Man or something?
It's Boston Dynamics. Just go to Boston Dynamics YouTube channel and you'll find it. Pet Man,
this is terrifying, dude.
So the purpose of this is to test hazmat suits and their durability and shit. And they just built a robot just for that purpose, and it looks like a real person.
It's scary. When it starts walking, you're like, what?
Oh yeah, the motions they got down for like right here. It's kind of goofy looking, but then you see it.
Oh shit. Still, dude, you're gonna see this one day.
It's pretty impressive.
Jumping jacks.
Just showing the early stages of trying to fuck with motion and dude, I've never seen it so smooth though. Like some of these robotics, you don't see this stuff as smooth as they're doing it. Like they've got the programming really down.
That wasn't even the one.
Yeah, that was just one video. They got a couple others on their website. If you go to
2 minutes.
The shit scares me every time. Like I said, DARPA, Pet Man. Yeah.
No, like a.
Oh, cheetah. Oh, little dog. I forgot they even made a little dog. Look at that.
Oops. Oh, dude,
So this is the Pet Man underskeleton right here. You're looking at the undershell.
Apparently to test.
Push-ups suck, bro.
Right? Ain't even going down all. Right here. Pretty decent motor, like, actuation, how they're doing that. It's flowing. He's walking. Well, they've seen the April 2012. These things are heavy, too. The fucking Atlas robot is, like, almost 300 pounds.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, look, it balances itself on the wall. Whoa, dude. This is just literally so it can learn to walk. They're just teaching it to walk.
So aggressive with its fucking walking, dude.
I know, it's very like...
I got places to be!
Right? Gotta make sure I'm on time!
Got to go to work.
Look at that, he's got like those runner shoes on, it looks like. Those super form-fitted runner shoes.
I ain't fucking around. I got bad knees, man.
Looks like he's been shot.
He's a war vet. He's missing his arm. He can only balance on walls.
And then he just walks with like the most aggressive.
Whoa!
Extended legs.
What the fuck? Look at this right here. They show him going over uneven terrain. You got to see that one too. Oh, right here. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
The guy was walking with
Look at this
ass
weird.
sticking out.
Look at that. What the fuck is
like
that? Look at that.
Diaper.
Oh!
This robot's wearing a diaper, dude.
Look at this. Watch this. Oh! That's a lot of weight too. Look at you hear it coming down like.
Oh, this is crazy. I've never seen this footage before. Oh, this. What?
Bro, this is wild. Think of how many like motor
Ninja
functions are going on at one
robot.
time. The thing.
Whoa.
Literally going through a course. Look, here he is. Pet Man. Here's 2013. So a year later, literally a year later, this is where they were with their design and everything.
If I saw that walking into a building, I'd be like, dude, what was up with that guy's walk, bro? He looked like a robot.
Oh, here's the undershell. Look at what it looks like underneath. Reminds me of like.
Wow, that's pretty advanced. Look at
reminds me of iRobot.
The rubbery spots that bend.
Yeah. Whoa.
Had, like,
look at the
rubber.
pivot and twist too.
What's up?
Metro 2033. Reminds me of.
Please don't shoot.
It's YMCA.
Please don't shoot.
YMCA.
Taking a dump.
Literally, I know shit. He's like squatting down. He's like, oh, we gotta take a shit.
Stretching.
This is suspicious.
Oh, look at that. Like, oh, good morning, guys. About to do our robot thing here. You guys ready to take down this building?
See, I'm a
You guys
human.
ready to tear this building apart? I'm so fucking ready to tear this building apart.
I'm a human. I'm stretching.
Oh, look, we pushed them, dude.
Robot wakes up.
You guys ready to take over the world? It's the one that has a diaper, bro. It looks like it's walking. Heel toe walking like humans.
Diaper? I don't know. Where's the diaper?
This band, like,
that
picture as a human. It looks like they're like.
It does. It looks like some weird ass deer shape, like some fucking.
Like when it's walking, it looks ridiculous, bro.
Looks like somebody walking on their hands, almost. Like I get that kind of vibe from it.
That's pretty crazy.
Those legs are way more.
Look at that. They can push on it too a little bit. Dude, show him Atlas walking in the forest. He's all walking through the snow and shit.
Really?
That one, have you seen that? There's no cables attached to him or nothing, dude. He's all just walking in open terrain. Yeah, right there, an Atlas Next Generation.
Oh yeah, I saw this one.
Yeah, dude, play that one. This one's fucking wild, dude. He's just walking on his own.
Dude, robotics.
These guys are on point with it. And Google sold this company. They had acquired this company and they sold it. And I was like, you guys are stupid. You realize in a few years they're moving into a commercial level with these type of robotics they're building? Showing like the early test stages.
S.M.A.R.T, dude?
Maybe Google's got a robot that's just like trumps this.
Could be. They were buying a bunch of companies up though. Look at this. Here it is. Finally, the fully self-propelled Atlas robot out in the open, no cables attached, just on his own, balancing like the big dog, but bipedal. Just amazing to see how far these people have come in only a short period of time.
Yeah,
so you can hear all the actuators.
Whoa, don't fall over, bro.
Just that he's able to move through snow, which is really a dynamic surface. You know, it's got a lot of different pressure variances, and you know, you don't even know what might be underneath that snow you're stepping on. So that's pretty impressive that robot can actually move around. Oh, this one, they're all pushing him around. It shows him get up too, which was pretty impressive. They like knock him over.
Oops.
Oh, that's all good. Oh, nice.
When I push forward, it does.
I hate that so annoying that it moves you through. I wish you could disable that function, because if you're trying to show, you're just gonna get a small second monitor.
Just gotta pick a different key.
Oh, you're right. You can make it the F keys, couldn't you?
Yeah, but I already tried. I'll probably make the view screen one of the F keys, because the F key did something.
Also, that's right.
Too. It was like opening up new windows.
Whoa, that's so crazy. I'm like, oh, there goes my job. They're like 10 years from now.
Nah, dude, your job will just be oiling him.
Right.
That's if I want to be doing that.
Look
You
at
know,
this asshole that took hitting the box out of his hand.
Right.
So hey,
showing. I love it though. It fits their name. They put him through dynamics. You know,
robot
like,
discrimination.
Dude. He all reset. Look, he's all resetting.
Dude.
Fucking LiDAR's all reset. Dude, that was impressive get up. That's faster than the S.M.A.R.T could do it. Look at those actuators. They're prime, bro. Wait till they get that. See that power supply unit on the back? Wait till they get that shit sleek as fuck. These things are going on a whole nother level, dude.
They don't even have to. If they could make it more efficient in that size.
Well, I just mean because that adds like the power supply. If they could clean it up a little bit smoother, to where it's like that one's pretty cool too. That's the one that they were building for NASA, I think. 7 most advanced robots, literally. It's probably going to show the Osmo, and then that one from NASA.
Some crazy shit, dude.
Robotics has always fascinated me with like different movies and stuff talking about it, like iRobot and showing that feature, because literally that movie talks about 2035 Chicago.
Oh, it's in 2035, that movie?
So that's pretty realistic time frame. I actually see it happening in the 2020s is I think when we're going to start seeing some of these. Like the mid 2020s is when we're going to start seeing some more advanced, like some super commercialized advanced robotics being used for certain things in cities and stuff like that.
Garbage and shit.
It's really not that far away. I mean, it's 2018 right now, or going to be 2018.
They need to be cleaning up garbage dumps. That should be their only job.
Well, I was thinking, my idea was just like an R2 unit from Star Wars, just an R2 unit that rolls around Portland, and it has these canisters in it. So its belly, it walks up to the trash can. The trash can's designed to interact with the robot. So it just opens up its belly. And then this pod door opens up.
That thing will get fucking jacked so fast.
Bro, no, because it'll weigh hella. It'll be like a lot of weight, have a good mass to it, you know? So you're not going to really fuck with it.
That's the
and
only
people
people will just
come to know them as these robots for these function as you adapt them to the inner city and kind of branch it out. But basically these R2 unit type robots that just roll around and their belly opens up and then the pod door opens up and they like grab the old pod, rotate and stuff in the new fucking pod. And that's the new trash container. So they just like grab the old one because it's like you put the trash in, it compacts the trash, and then fucking he grabs these pods of like dump and throws a new one in there and then just mobs to the next facility and then eventually offloads those to some particular site where they can recycle all the whatever's in it.
Yeah.
I was like, that'd be kind of interesting. Just a simple something that could be built with a Raspberry Pi controller unit, like some simple RC robotics.
Where's the giant?
Because it would use what?
A giant on-site compactor.
Yeah, you have like a central hub compactor, but the mini compactors would be so that the city, these robots don't have to come around all the time.
Have to be robots. Maybe it could just be autonomous trucks that just come, autonomous vehicles that just pick up these compacted, smushed garbage squares.
Well, that's what I mean. But by making it a smaller robotic, by making them smaller. Like, by making them smaller, like the size of a trash can or something, like in that similar size shape, like an R2-D2 type robot unit,
right.
Then you don't have this big, huge, bulky vehicle taking up space. It can literally roll down the fucking bike lane and then go over to these trash pods and then move on to the next fucking thing, you know, and not obstruct the environment in any way with as far as traffic flow through the city. Because right now you have big...
Maybe you have people that...
What's it called?
Dude, those robots would get jumped all the time, though.
Dude, another one. They have cameras and fucking all these sensors and...
They get touched.
Feeds,
Warning! Warning!
Shutting down.
Rape!
Right?
Unlawful attention.
I was thinking it'd look funny, too, because they'd roll up, their belly would open up, and then they'd have an arm that would come out and
shoot a poison dart that would go.
Grab here's the trash pod.
They just go around and listen.
Just grab the trash pod, put it, and then the whole body rotates, and they put the new trash pod in.
What would they do if they were getting attacked?
What would
the
they?
Blade would go and just like slice the person.
No, they get one of those little hot lasers, man. You seen those little lasers?
Where would why would there be blades? What's going on?
If it's getting attacked and someone tries
oh
to
no,
break
it
into
doesn't self-defend itself like that. It just kind of shuts down.
It just has a self-defense flashlight.
And everything sucks in. All the devices are like, and they turn into this solid shape, and then you can't break.
Yeah, it's just got one light that's super bright, so it just blinds
robots. And sorry, what were you saying?
I was just saying, it has like one light that's so like a self-defense light that's so bright that it just fucking literally blinds you like a flashbang.
Like Men in Black.
So as soon as it goes
they
into
just
you, it's
electrify
just like,
the outside, so you get shocked.
It's like the neuralizer.
Oh shit!
Flashes
go to these
everything
angles
off
real
and
quick.
then
Let's
goes.
see if we can. We good? Straighten her out a little bit. Okay, I think we're good. As long as we're relative to the table, I think the angle's good. That's what's cool about having them on the table. So if the table moves, we're still relative to the table.
Yeah, true.
Like if we lean on it, we kind of
true that.
set the adjustment. But yeah, that technology.
The future.
What's crazy is that we're going to see more drone technology. That's what's going to be weird.
Drone
Not only like
delivery.
we were talking about for transportation, Uber is. You should look that up actually because this is super cool. The Uber transportation system of the future. It's literally
little planes.
They have an actual prototype they built and showed off at this future technology conference, and they actually have a prototype of it. It's a giant quadricopter with a pod that can hold 4 people, and that has wheels on the bottom. So you could call an Uber. This drivable pod would pick you up and your friends, and then you go to the airport, and then this flying fucking quadricopter drone comes down, locks onto the top of your pod, grabbing you, and then the bottom releases the wheels, and then it flies off to fucking the other city, and then drops you off on another fucking thing, and then you just on your way to your... Dude, they were showing it. I was like, what? They didn't show it fly yet, like actually working.
It only locks 3 of them, so like one of the corners is kind of like hanging.
Well, that's what's brilliant about having 4, because it can still fly on 3.
Shit.
So having multiple helicopter blades allows it to have some fail-safe. I mean, obviously, if it fully takes a shit, then, you know, you're there.
You're fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked. You're pretty much fucked.
Yeah.
But here's what's trippy, too. It's because I thought about it. It's like, why have we had these forever? Oh, like some type of, like, or well, they have a
so it just goes
parachute, backup parachute. that comes out like those military three parachute deal.
Come down like a space capsule.
Then you would just right into wherever you land. I mean, it's gonna be kind of a hard landing,
Right in the
but
forest,
at least
have
you
a
won't
little
die.
survival
And
pack in there.
they'll probably have systems where it's got like a vest, lock-in seatbelt unit that'll be
Covered by
secure. So
pillows.
if something happens,
secures you.
everything is safe in that
Demolition
sense, because
man,
there's got to be fail safes for drones.
Fills it with foam.
Starts spraying.
But what about hitting a build? What about dynamics, like hitting a building? They're like flying over the city and they come crashing down and they hit a building. There's nothing you can do in that sense. It has to be in a spot where you can either hit like an open area like the ocean or the ground. Because if there's a building in the way, you're gonna get caught on the building, and then at that point your gravity is just gonna take over.
It's not supposed to fly towards buildings. Why is it flying towards the building? You fucking get it down.
Oh shit!
It's just like doof.
The idea of that technology is, or that's what I was gonna say is, what's weird about that is I was thinking about this. I was like, when I was younger, I don't remember ever hearing about a quadricopter drone or any type of remote control vehicle like that or anything. I had an RC car and I had an RC helicopter at one point and a couple of these things, but other than that, and planes, I never seen any of this. And just because of the advances in like microelectronics and gyroscopes and all that shit they can put into the computers, that allowed for them to create self-balancing quadricopter toys that people could then buy.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's allowed for this whole
center, everyone has them.
Yeah, it allowed for like a toy market to get it kind of known, like everyone knows what the hell a drone is, but it allows for such a vast market because you got stuff all the way down from like little dinky kid drone toys that you can buy, all the way up to like super industrial,
like $3,000
heavy down, like either for cinematographers, for cameramen, and then all the way up to like transportation, like they're talking about, which is just
sick.
Oh, dude, that'd be
Camera
great.
angles, dude. Imagine having that.
I just want pizza delivery.
Here's what
and
I
shit.
want to see for drones.
Pizza delivery would be awesome.
Yeah,
I think of these shots though, these one
Food
shots
just going straight to me. Cheeseburgers, send me cheeseburgers.
Oh, they
man.
will. They will have delivery.
Flies right to my front door and just
food
hovers
delivery.
there like with a little spotlight, two of them coming from the sides, right on my burgers, just like bam.
And then you put like money or
Nothing. It already
charged
knows,
it.
dude.
Yeah, you already charged
All
it.
I gotta do is call them and be like, yeah, I want this, and it just has voice.
Smartphone,
It has
Jimmy
voice
John's.
recognition.
Think of like Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's knows my voice. They're like, "Hello, Nick. Your sandwich is on its way."
You just have an app, and it would just where you just
Yeah.
use it through the app. You order through that. You don't even need to talk to a person. Robot just does
No,
everything.
you just talk to. You just talk, and it just knows your voice, and it knows what you want. So it's easier than pushing buttons.
Oh, you can just be like, order this from Burger King. And
Yeah, you just say, just right to your phone, dude. You just pick your phone up, dude, like Cortana. You're just like, I need a Whopper stat. And it's just like,
oh, for real. The drone would.
It knows it's you. It knows it's your phone. You've already approved for
Apple
voice.
Pay.
Oh my God.
Apple Pay is
yeah.
already linked in there. They got your facial recognition. iPhone 10, you pick it up and it has 1,000 dots that just hit your face with an infrared sensor. You can see it with another camera. If you shoot it, you can see that it fires a beam of dots at your face in infrared and creates a mapping
See,
image
we're
of
halfway there,
your
man.
face. And it unlocks your phone in a tenth of a second. So you pick it up and you're fucking in the phone.
Whoa.
And just wild the possibility with that, because it even makes it more advanced than what they had before with, I was like, Touch ID is pretty legit for biometric security, but nothing is more secure than your own fucking face.
Right.
And so Apple was like, okay, so if we're going to do it, we're not just going to make it so that it's some cheap shit, because if they did, you could fool it with a flat image. So they made this laser scanner that's kind of like Kinect camera based and sends out these dots. Projection maps your face, and it knows that there's a depth there. There's 3 dimensions, because when you do it, you go like this. So you hold the phone up to your face and you just do a circle, and then you're in to like set it,
Yeah,
like you
do
set up
emojis
Touch ID.
that have your
Yeah,
face
that
in
I thought was kind of a funny thing. Like you could send your friend an
Emojis are cool.
alien emoji, and think with these Snapchat filters in the future, where you can use Snapchat can adopt that technology in their app. For doing like funny, now they do like the bunny ears and all that goofy stuff. Like you could do full on creature faces, so you could be a Klingon if you wanted to, or some like character from your favorite movie or story, or just something funny like that, where you're just like, hey guys, just messing around. And for people who are doing video game creation, like that would allow us, if we had a couple iPhone 10s, we could create a facial system that we just build a mount that mounts to someone's head, and then we could have them do video game animation for like a character in game. real time with this device.
That would be crazy.
And you just mount it like they did with GoPros.
Make your own video game in your bedroom by yourself.
And the difference is, too, with the movies, you need dots over someone's face. With this technology, you don't need that. It shines out the dots, scans your face, so it's like an all-in-one unit that can be used for that. So that'd be super cool to be able to utilize that.
That would be pretty
Dude. Cool. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go anywhere with the Kinect camera. Because I remember when it first came out, it seemed like it was going to be this cool...
It helped a lot of stuff.
Fun. You know, it was kind of fun. I played the Star Wars game and a couple other games where you're like having to...
They said it helped.
My favorite one was that fighting one. I remember I was at Kay's house and it was just like kicking this fucking... All these zombie skeleton guys were coming at me and I was just like fighting them. Dude, it was so sick. I was actually getting them because it's translating all my movements to the character and I'm like... And it's a side-scroller fighter, like a Mortal Kombat. And I was just in there, I was doing jump kicks and shit too. I was throwing my guy up in the air and like... Then a weird, crazy shit was happening. You might have been there for when we were doing that, dude.
It makes your whole body scan into the game.
Yeah, it's
see it like
just
a side scroller. So
yeah, it's like you're fighting inside the
it looks
video
ridiculous.
game. I was like, that's amazing. See, that stuff was cool because you could actually interact with it a little more. But and then I tried doing that Fruit Ninja.
That was fun. Fruit Ninja was fun.
Cutting it up.
That was the most like I felt like you just sat there. But then it got kind of old.
I was thinking about virtual meetings because I was watching that movie, what the hell's it called? It's like the James Bond comedy type of movie that just came out. They came out with the sequel to it. Secret Service is what it was called.
Oh,
fucking,
League of Extraordinary.
No. You almost had it. Fucking League of Extraordinary. Oh my god.
Oh, that's not politically correct. I'm sorry.
The Kingsman.
Oh yes.
And then the Kingsman Golden Circle. I was watching that and it had this cool part where they were talking about where it had what's his name? Can't think of it right now.
The main actor, the young guy.
No, he plays Batman's butler in The Dark Knight.
Oh,
Michael Caine. Michael Caine.
The British guy.
Yeah,
right?
Michael Caine. So Michael Caine's playing this head of their little British spy agency that they run, and he's having a conference with him and one other guy, and they're just in the table, and it only looks like there's two people, but when they put on these glasses it look like just sunglasses, like just glasses like you're wearing, then they can see all their other colleagues from around the world sitting at the dining table with them.
Oh, yeah,
and it looked epic. It was like, whoa, it was like they're having a spy conference
like Star Wars,
just with these glasses, just by throwing on
like Yoda sitting in the seat but he's not really there.
Yeah, he's just hanging out there.
It's just a hologram sitting in it, but everyone can see it. He can make these.
So everyone ever looked over at Yoda and just been like, dude, what are you still doing here? Like, we've been done for a minute. It's like, you realize you're not actually here, right? Yeah, so you can go now. Just like, fuck.
Can you actually like come to a meeting for once, you fucking asshole? You
show up 5 minutes late and then you're here 30 minutes after.
Why are you always the one that never
here?
has to be here? You can just show up on your hologram.
Yeah.
I have a wife and kids at home that really need me.
Yeah, I'm stuck here in the Jedi Temple.
Because I'm Mace Windu, motherfucker, and I have to be here.
That's funny. I have a little Mace Windu Lego toy that I found at Goodwill, and I just ended up just grabbing it. And the best part about it was it was missing one of his hands.
That makes total sense.
It was so good. I was like, go figure. The Mace Windu toy, he doesn't have his right hand.
I wish he wouldn't have maybe died in that.
Oh, I mean, yeah. They wanted to show how powerful Emperor was, or Darth Sidious.
Speculation he's still alive, because Jedis can survive really far falls, and they're like, no way would he have died from falling.
They say that. I wonder.
Easily fallen, because they reference that scene when Anakin falls from the car, and then he gets caught.
Well, we'll know for sure by
that was a super far distance, and he was able to fall and then get caught by I think Obi-Wan or whatever.
Oh yeah,
he
ended up
so Mace Windu was probably fine because he was way more powerful than Anakin was at the time.
Yeah, but I mean, after being his arm cut off and electrocuted, I mean, potentially.
Look how long Palpatine survived being electrocuted.
We'll know for sure once they're done with Star Wars Rebels, and it's beyond the point of his, how long he could live. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
It's like, that'd be cool if there was something like there's also, that reminds me of the other thing that comes from the other trilogy is Boba Fett. Everyone thinks Boba Fett survived the Sarlacc pit, which was that nasty fucking sand mouth that the Jabba the Hutt would send people to death in. And he ended up getting caught up in there, and everyone said, "Oh, he survived."
Because Luke Skywalker shot his back. His pack, right?
Fucked his pack up. No, it was Han Solo. Han Solo. Because Chewie's like talking to him. He's like, Boba Fett, because he's blind still. He came out of the carbonite. He was like frozen in the carbonite that Darth Vader put him in, and then sold him to Jabba the Hutt. And then Bounty Hunter took him as a prize to Jabba the Hutt because he owed Jabba all this money. So he goes, "Here's your fucking Han Solo to mount on your wall." This smuggler.
How did he survive being old?
Well, carbonite animates you, frozen. And then once Princess Leia sneaks in and unlocks him, spoiler alert. But
if you haven't seen it already.
You're right. Been around
if you
for a long
haven't,
time. You have to have seen Return of the Jedi.
You deserve a spoiler. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not too big of a spoiler. So, freezes him from the carbonite, and he's still a little groggy. So when they go out to that scene where they're going to get sent to their death, I mean, Boba Fett ends up jumping off and lands on the barge out front of, like, the little skiff barge that's right there about to send Luke to his death. And once all the chaos ensues and Luke does his move and takes his lightsaber and flips around and just starts fucking everybody up, Boba Fett comes out and he's like, flies over to the fucking skiff barge and then ends up getting, or fucking around with Luke, like trying to shoot at Luke, and then Han Solo's over here and Chewie's like, Boba Fett, and he's like, what? Boba Fett? Boba Fett? Where? And then he fucking throws he's holding his spear, and he throws it backwards and hits Boba Fett's jetpack and sends him off flying, and he smashes into the sail barge and then tumbles down into the mouth of the Sarlacc.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how he dies. He dies inside the Sarlacc. But some people don't know for sure if he died. That's kind of based on the movie, he dies. But some people speculate that he actually survived the mouth of the Sarlacc because it digests you over a 1,000-year period. So if you can figure out how to get out, you might survive. But if you're stuck, you're just going to rot to death, and you're not going to have enough food to survive. So you're going to
1,000 years
eventually die, and then you're going to get slowly coagulated over a period of 1,000 years.
So that thing's got a lot of shit in its stomach because...
Oh yeah, it sits there and just eats everything. Like, I think they were referencing the Sarlacc in The Force Awakens.
So
after they crash land on Jakku.
Still there.
Yeah, they crash land on Jakku when they're trying to escape the First Order, and Poe and Finn are flying in. Spoiler alert. And they get shot out of the sky from one of the Star Destroyers. First Order Star Destroyer knocks them down onto the planet, and they land back on Jakku, and then wake up the next day, and Poe can't find Finn. He's like, "Where'd you go?" Or no, other way around. Finn can't find Poe Dameron, the rebel pilot. He flies his like Black Squadron and everything.
Like an Italian fellow.
Yeah, like supposed to be that dope pilot for the First Order, and he ends up trying to find him in the desert. Finn does, and he goes over to where the TIE fighter had crash landed to the landing site, and then he finds his jacket, and he's like, "Oh shit, where is it?" And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you hear some kind of gurgling. And I think they were referencing to a Sarlacc because something like absorbs it into the sand and eats it. So I think they were kind of throwing a little reference to like the Sarlaccs that are out in the desert. So
Well, it still exists.
And then it gurgles it and spits up a bunch of shit back up, like it like fucking burped, like it ate the fucking whole TIE fighter and then burped some shit back up. And then he's like, no, like fuck, because he thinks fucking Poe's dead. So when they meet up later on in the film,
he's the main character. He ain't gonna die.
Yeah, when they meet up later in the film, he's like, "Oh, you're still alive! Oh, dude, Freddy, you're still alive!" They're like this like gay moment. Everyone's saying it's this gay moment.
Wait, what?
Yeah, literally, there's this thing going around.
The story turns around.
Yeah, there's this thing going on where people want to believe, and I'm not saying it's not, couldn't be a possibility. Finn and Poe got some kind of, relationship going on together, but I'm like, this is Star Wars. They aren't going that deep on that level of like, there can be love in that.
Or is it
sense,
that time?
Or maybe they are.
They Beauty
but
and the Beast.
But people just think so because they're such good friends and like Star Wars
Disney
is so
owns Star
tight.
Wars now, and they did Beauty and the Beast, and Beauty and the Beast
Maybe homosexuality isn't a thing in Star Wars universe, so they're not even thinking it as gay. They just love each other.
They're just good friends. Well, they're just Star Wars emphasizes on that level of love. I'm not saying that's not a possibility, but I don't think they would emphasize so much on it. In Star Wars, they do show love of characters, like characters regardless of sexual orientation or race, or because there's so many aliens and fucking creatures. Anyone can love anyone. So he just met this guy. He helped saved him from the First Order, and he saved himself. And got out of the First Order, and he thought he was dead, so they were like, "Oh, buddy," Is
this the scene right here when they reunite?
Oh yeah, they're gonna show it.
38 seconds.
Here it is. Look how epic it is.
Someone added.
Oh, dude, it's so funny.
Terrible song.
Right? They're just like BB-8's all watching the other person. Oh, Dameron. Finn.
Bro.
Makes me think of the one with fucking Frodo and all them. Gandalf.
Oh yeah.
Gandalf. What was that one, bro? They're like making fun of the final scene at Return of the King. It's like they're reuniting him.
This is funny.
Oh, they voice over it. That's right. They make fun of like.
It's funny. This is a good one to end on, though.
Oh yeah, let's mark this thing up, man. A little bit up on it. Old Toby. Look at bro, we smoking some old Toby and getting down. What Gandalf's talking about. They're all making weird noises. Yo, Mike, ego dog. Oh, that's five.
People come up with some funny shit.
I know, right? Well, there he is. Oh yeah, yeah. Lord, sorry, you showed me that. It's so fucking funny. Yeah.
Like he's coming into like this gangbang or something. Like,
Yeah.
the final person's here for this.
Yeah, here we are, baby. We're getting down. Oh yeah, play that video of those the Meshuggah mosh pit.
Meshuggah mosh pit.
Yeah, just go to YouTube and type in Meshuggah.
Yeah.
Meshuggah.
My buddy Brandon listens to Meshuggah.
Meshuggah mosh pit. Yeah, just type in that.
Mosh pit.
Yeah, just type in mosh pit. You can play the first one. This has had me dying. Watch when it gets going at the beginning of the circle pit.
Oh, dude, that guy's getting down.
Look at him, he's all hopping around like. Think of if that's what they were really listening to, how fucking epic that would be, dude.
Brandon, my buddy.
Oh, yeah.
He listens to Meshuggah. He thinks this is fucking hilarious.
Dude, this shit is so funny. They're just getting down, bro. I was like, this is wild.
Did you see that video of that floor that collapsed at this dance?
No.
All the kids are all just like in this apartment building and the floor collapses.
Oh, shit. No way.
In like Cleveland or some shit. Apartment floor.
Have you seen this guy?
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy's funny.
Look
They
like
actually put the video of, they put so many different songs to it now. It's hilarious.
Oh
like,
man.
Put like all these different musics and memes of him dancing.
Yeah.
Like that's funny. Some guy in Russia. Oh, they're going at the party. Oh fuck, bro! Got water spraying up.
Dust, probably.
The floor fell from the
Damn!
basement.
You're the guy in the cut there, just damn. Is he yelling? Damn! You hear him in the fucking damn!
Oh, floor.
Oh shit, bro.
Dude. Shit got too hyphy, dude.
Dude, these floors aren't made for that shit. Have you bounced around at the floor at the, what is that, the Hawthorne fucking? I mean, it's not
Nobody
the
got
Hawthorne.
hurt. That's amazing.
What is that, the Crystal Ballroom where it's upstairs?
Oh, right.
That's fucking, that floor moves when you're jumping.
Some of those have,
but
some of those are built specifically.
Yeah,
to absorb
when they're
things.
built on that wood and you can feel the wood moving beneath you and everyone's moving around, I'm like,
right,
dude,
At
that's
Roseland
fucking,
especially, yeah.
just shakes, dude. You're like, fuck that. This is gonna fall out any minute.
Right.
But I mean, I guess they handle the stress. So
probably reinforce it.
No doubt.
Hopefully they reinforce it because you don't want to be that person.
Maybe they just said, well,
You'd think that, like,
maybe they just like it moves a little bit.
Like, how did nobody get hurt, dude? You think if it fell?
Oh,
you'd,
that?
Like, you'd like buckle or you'd like hesitate and you'd stiffen out and then you'd like hyperextend your knee or something like that.
I could, yeah. I could see
because you could be jumping and then it breaks right when you land, so you're like you do this weird like absorbing,
like you're going up a
breaks.
flight of stairs and you think there's one more step. Or
I would like to think that I would feel the floor breaking and I would dive and do like a ninja roll out and land next to some hot chick on the couch and be like, oh,
let's go with it.
Or you're just breakdancing in the middle of the floor, and then at that moment of you doing a backflip, the floor collapses from everyone else. So like the floor's collapsing and you're already like landing perfectly straight by the time it collapses.
As long as you're not doing a head spin when it goes down.
Right. That'd be crazy.
Dude.
What do we got here? We might be done.
I smoked too much of that shit, bro. That's fucking... That's it! Right there.
That's perfect.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of the S.M.A.R.T Podcast. If you guys enjoyed that, please give it a like, hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification, and you'll be updated when we go live next time. And until then, keep your brain entertained with the S.M.A.R.T Podcast.